steady.
Get the cameras rolling, get the action going.
What if the biggest song of the year was the only song they ever had? 1976 gave us fire on the dance floors and soft rock that melted hearts. But here's the twist. Many of the most unforgettable hits that year were never followed up. One hit, that's it. So what happened? Why did these songs blast onto the airwaves and then vanish like mist off the vinyl? Today, we're counting down 15 one-hit wonders from 1976. And some of them might just surprise you. Songs you've danced to, cried to, fallen in love to, but probably never heard from again. Let's dive in, because the stories behind these hits are just as wild as the music itself. 15. Afternoon Delight, Starland Vocal Band. It's cheeky, it's sunny, it's about midday romance. Afternoon Delight skyrocketed to number 1.
And we know the night is always gonna be here anyway.
Inspired by a happy hour menu. Yes, you heard that right. Its buttery harmonies and suggestive lyrics won them a Grammy. It even landed them a summer variety show. But after all that, they vanished from the charts. Was it a novelty that wore off? Or was the magic simply too unique to repeat? 14. Play That Funky Music, Wild Cherry.
I was a boogie singer, playing in a rock and roll band.
The phrase came from a club heckler, "Play that funky music, white boy." Instead of being insulted, Rob Parisi turned it into gold, and one of the most iconic dance anthems ever. It hit number 1 and shook every speaker in America. But the band never had another big hit. Why? Was it too hard to live up to such a lightning-in-a-bottle moment? Can a joke shouted from a crowd really launch and end a career? 13. Turn the Beat Around, Vicki Sue Robinson. Few disco songs hit like this one. It was vibrant, unstoppable, full of brass and power. Vicki Sue Robinson's voice tore through the dance floor like a freight train, earning her a Grammy nod. But after 1976, silence. Was it the coming disco backlash, or was her moment simply mismanaged? And how many voices just as powerful were left behind? 12th, Wham Bam Shang-a-Lang, Silver.
We got a wham, bam, shang-a-lang and a shot.
It had the hooks, the groove, the pop rock sunshine. Silver's Wham Bam Shang-a-Lang soared into the Billboard Top 20, with future Grateful Dead member Brent Mydland on keys.
I wanted to say, I think a little emotion.
But that's where the story ends. The band fizzled out just 2 years later. Why didn't they break through? Or was the song's success more luck than Launchpad? 11th, A Fifth of Beethoven, Walter Murphy. Take Beethoven. Now give him a disco makeover. It shouldn't work, but Walter Murphy made it a chart-topping phenomenon. This instrumental hit was bold and brilliant, but also boxed him in. How do you top remixing Beethoven? Did genius hold him back? Or did audiences just not know what to do with classical disco? 10. Moonlight Feels Right, Starbuck.
Wind blew some luck in my direction, caught it in my hands today.
This one's a summer night wrapped in melody. Starbuck sent this record to 400 radio stations. Most ignored it until spring fever took hold. Then it exploded. The marimba solo, the jazzy softness, the romance. Unforgettable.
'Cause southern bells are hell at night.
But after that, nothing. Was Starbuck too gentle for the late 70s? Or were they simply ahead of their time? 9. Welcome Back, John Sebastian.
But those dreams have remained and they've turned around.
It began as a TV theme, less than a minute long, but it struck a national nerve, a nostalgic hug from the past. So John Sebastian turned it into a full song. It reached number 1 and helped launch Welcome Back, Coter, and John Travolta's career. But Sebastian never cracked the top 10 again. Can a theme song outshine the artist behind it? 8. Let Your Love Flow, the Bellamy Brothers.
Let that feeling grab you deep inside.
A joyful, easy-going anthem, like sunshine through a car window. Let Your Love Flow became a global hit. And yet, the Bellamy Brothers never repeated that crossover success on the pop charts. What makes a song universal? And why didn't it happen twice? 7. Right back where we started from. Maxine Nightingale Motown energy, British soul, and a beat that refuses to sit still. Maxine Nightingale didn't even want to record the song. She had to be talked into it, but it hit number 2. A smash across America. Still, follow-up hits never came. Was disco's bubble already beginning to burst, or was it a case of wrong place, wrong time? 6. Shannon, Henry Gross. This one stings. It's not about a person, it's about a dog. Carl Wilson's Irish setter, Lost at Sea. Henry Gross captured the grief perfectly, a soft rock ballad about memory and loss that hit millions right in the heart. It sold millions, but he never had another major hit. Do we only allow this kind of raw emotion once? 5. Movin', Brass Construction. 16 minutes, one groove, total dance floor domination. Movin' was pure energy. No frills, just funky brilliance. But complexity doesn't always equal repeat success. And despite club fame, they faded from the mainstream. Can a jam session sustain a legacy? 4. Get Up and Boogie, Silver Convention.
Get up and boogie.
That's right, 2 words repeated like a chant. It became hypnotic, irresistible. The German group Silver Convention nailed the formula. Minimal lyrics, maximum rhythm. But repetition can be a trap. Was their formula too simple to survive? 3. More. Andrea, True Connection. This one came from chaos. Andrea True, a former adult film actress, was stuck in Jamaica. Currency laws meant she couldn't bring her commercial earnings home. So what did she do? She used the money to make a record, and it became a top 5 hit.
Get the cameras rolling, get the action going.
But did her past cloud her future? And how often do extraordinary songs come from extraordinary circumstances? 2. Happy Days, Pratt and McLean.
Sunshine, goodbye rain. She's wearing my school ring on her chain.
The theme to one of TV's most beloved shows. Nostalgic, bright, feel-good rock and roll. It hit number 5 and became a national earworm. But like the decade it celebrated, its success faded with time. Did being tied to a sitcom limit their longevity? Here's what ties them all together. They burned bright. Some were groundbreaking. Others were simply irresistible. But none came back for a second hit. Was it the industry? Was it the moment? Or was it destiny? Because even if these artists never returned to the charts, they made your memories, your dances, your drives, your heartbreaks. And that maybe is the real success. Which of these one-hit wonders still lives rent-free in your head? Did we leave one out that deserves to be remembered? Let us know in the comments. Hit like if this brought back some memories. And subscribe for more stories behind the songs that shaped your life. Because behind every one-hit wonder is a story worth hearing. And you just heard 15 of them.